What's up, guys? Did you see what just happened to Bitcoin? Did you just see? That's excellent news for us. A lot of people, like, for example, what invest in Bitcoin is bad news for them, or like that. What's excellent news for us? You can buy it at a lower price. Therefore, if you guys, in any case, if you guys look at my last video what I put online, I did mention that the pattern needs to break. You understand? It's just a matter of time. And look what happened. Look what happened. It broke. It was giving warning signs it was breaking. In my previous video, I also said Bitcoin broke around right about. Let me get quickly my tool out. Bitcoin broke right around that zone. I'll show you guys now. Right that zone. Bitcoin broke out. But what did I say? What Bitcoin needs to do to confirm it, and what does the other trade? What does the TRX need to do to confirm a trade? They didn't give the confirmations, guys. When it broke up, it closed one candle above and went immediately down. And then that's a no-go, guys. And guys, did you see? We did mention in the video before. Every time Bitcoin getting more risky and more risky to trade because everything getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And if you guys imagine that, think when the market, especially when the market gets so tight, correct? Especially when the market gets so tight, think of like a coil spring. Think of a coil spring. Pressure, pushing more pressure. The boom is going to be bigger, and as you can see, Bitcoin broke extremely aggressive out, correct? It broke out. The broke out there. I got the confirmation on myself and it ringed me and stuff. But I only got to my laptop, my computer, and my desk right now to quickly do everything. You can see Bitcoin's breaking out. Let's now we finish with the small picture, correct? We finish with that. Let me guys quickly show you. We finish with that picture now, correct? We finished that picture. We had nice, decent trades and stuff. Now, to see what's going to happen in Bitcoin bigger picture, we have to go to the bigger charts, correct? Let's quickly go to daily. Let's see what's happening to Bitcoin right now. Let's quickly have a look. You see a beautiful pattern just right there, correct? Now, I see everyone on the internet says that, and each one has his own opinion, says we are in a extending triangle. We're on an extending triangle. Like, let me quickly get the correct name for it. That's basically it's like a extending triangle. It's a break to the bottom out, correct? Sorry guys, I mean descending triangle. Because they put the line. Rather than putting the line sideways, they literally put the line across, correct? And that's very nice. But for me personally, for my opinion, I see a different structure. Yes, they're still more or less the same, but that structure also gives me more confirmation why personally for me Bitcoin is going to break to the downside right now. You can see we had a beautiful run down, correct? And if I take that line right there and I put it right there, you can see in the middle support, correct? You can see how it bounced nicely, correct? You can see how it bounced nicely. Look there. Okay, let me get my tool quickly out. You can see how it bounced nicely. Broke, came up, where did it bounce? It bounced there. Where did it bounce? It bounced there, correct? Then that line acted as nice, decent support, okay? But yes, at this moment, that pattern right there is totally irrelevant. I just want to show you guys. For me personally, that's what happened there and right happening there is totally two different structures and patterns, correct? As you can see, guys, because of the simple moving average, SMA, correct? That right there. It was keep on pressing Bitcoin down. Correct? And you can see it's keep on making lower lows, correct? And as you guys can see right now, Bitcoin broke to the downside. It's expected for Bitcoin to break to the downside. Yes, we're not 100% guaranteed. There's no 100% guarantee. We don't know 100%, but the characteristics showed me different, correct? Now, because we're talking about Bitcoin, there's two levels Bitcoin can go right now. First thing, what's very unusual right at this very moment, Bitcoin can get support right by that level, but it's not going to correspond with the pattern what just broke. The pattern, if you go on the internet and you go read about the pattern, the Pacific pennant like pattern what you just broke now. Normally you take the bottom to the top, correct? You can choose there, you can choose there, everywhere. I'm just choosing, let me just see, let's take it from there, correct? Okay. Normally, what happens if you read the pattern book, or if you read on the internet pattern, you normally take that distance and then you measure with that. The distance okay, I'm using logarithmic charts, basically it's a different chart thing, but you guys just put logarithmic on the internet, you guys see what chart I'm using. That's what it's going to be, correct? And if I put the full distance, what everyone normally puts on the book teacher, everyone puts on the internet, then that's showing me Bitcoin needs to go right about, let's get that, right about $2,400. Do I think it's going to happen? No, maybe. The Bitcoin, like, yeah, maybe. Where do I normally, when I trade such a pattern, correct? Because at this moment, you know we can short Bitcoin. The Bitcoin does not need to go up to make money. We can short Bitcoin, correct? And that's a beautiful short opportunity, correct? What I will wait for is a pullback, but I'll get to that right now. I'm getting too ahead of me. Let's quickly talk about our targets first, correct? Bitcoin maximum profit you can take is right about 2,400.5, correct? Where your main target will be. But I learned through my years, and I learned from my mentors, is not to be greedy, not to go for the full distance. Now what I try that Pacific pattern is take half, correct? And I was going to tell you guys right now, you guys want to say, okay, fine, Bitcoin broke, I enter immediately now. Just wait for pullback. I'll explain now. You're in for, in any case, sorry guys, in any case, I normally take half the distance, correct? That's me. I normally take half the distance of that specific thing, that specific line, correct? It's 45%. Then off of 45%, how much is it going to be? 45, it's going to be 20, it's going to be 40. More or less half. You guys see more or less half, correct? But in any case, you take half of the distance, correct? And that's going to be my first target as shorting Bitcoin. And that's going to be right about $4,600. Bitcoin's going to drop. But can I take the position right now and say, okay, Bitcoin's going to drop right now? No. Is the characteristics there? Because the thing is, so much people's emotional about Bitcoin. That Bitcoin will never drop so low. Because you know why? Because they have money inside Bitcoin. Just because they have money inside Bitcoin, your money inside Bitcoin is totally irrelevant to Bitcoin's movements. Bitcoin will move how it wants to. Okay? But in any case, let me quickly go down and go more deeper and show you what I want Bitcoin to do. There's only two types of ways I want Bitcoin to go for me to take an active short position. Okay, let's quickly go. Now we know our target. That's going to be first. That's going to be the first TP. Let me quickly get that. TP stands for take profit, correct? Then let's quickly do that quickly. Then that's going to be first. Okay, let's put second TP. Okay. That's going to be our second target and our first target, correct? Then we are our first take profit and our second take profit. TP take profit, correct? Now let's quickly see what needs to happen for us to enter short position. We knew Bitcoin's going to break, because obviously a pattern can only last so long, and there's signs. Basically showed a break, correct? But I also want to tell you guys, in history, a pattern is never 100%. What I'm trying to say, there is sometimes we get a false pattern, correct? Do I think Bitcoin can be a false pattern? We just have to see the characteristics. It's too early to say yes yet. You have to see the characteristics. But I'm confident Bitcoin's gonna push up. When I change my opinion about Bitcoin, when Bitcoin breaks above the simple moving average. If Bitcoin can come up and break above and start trading out, and basically right about there start trading upwards, then I'll be bullish on Bitcoin. But at this moment I'm bearish because it shows all the signs of bearish, correct? Okay, let's keep going smaller time frame and let's see what needs to happen before we take any positions as a short in Bitcoin. Okay, let's quickly go to the hourly and let's just have a quick look. Okay, you see Bitcoin sounding extremely aggressive and rapidly off, correct? So I'm going to go little bigger out. Let's quickly have a look. Okay, as you guys know, there's two ways I'm gonna take a trade right now. Okay, you can see Bitcoin's going to sold off aggressively. Is it a good time to take a trade at this very moment? Currently, at this moment, let you going to Binance and let you going to Binance and let you buy no, so you're not going to Binance. You get another website to short Bitcoin. So in the Binance, you can only buy. You basically let you going to short Bitcoin right now. Do you think that is a good deal? No. Why? It's overextended. Understanding that every time when the market moves down, the market never just moves down. It has these breathers. Moves down, breathers, moves down, breathers, moves down, breathers, moves down, correct? And that's the thing right now. That just has a strong aggressive side off, correct? Now, what's going to happen 10 to 1? It's going to push up. It's going to push up, then push down. Because people sold their Bitcoin aggressively, now some people see extremely good potential for a dip buy. Short-term dip buy, correct? And if you guys also look at the pattern, if you guys also do research on the pattern what just broke out, it is normally common for it to happen, correct? It's common for it to happen. Now what I'm waiting for right now is actively pushing back, correct? They're right about there. I'm start seeing a rejection. They can go a little higher. Definitely can go a little higher. Can go there. I'm still seeing a rejection. And once I start seeing a rejection and starts making and starts going down and starts making lower lows, then I'll take my first position. Yes, there's specific criteria what needs to meet. What needs to meet before I can take a trade. Correct? And that's the only way I keep green. The specific criteria need to meet. We can't get FOMO on ourselves and just take a short position right now because we're afraid to miss out. Correct? Okay. Now that's the first way I take a trade. Correct? And sorry guys, you guys also see when you're looking at that when Bitcoin gather false break out pushing up there. This is supported it. Correct? It broke out there, pushed down. But you guys must also recognize. You guys see that. You guys see that? You guys see that line with the cross? The current breaking above it, correct? That specific line. That specific line, correct? Resistance line, correct? The current breaking above that. Well, that was my final point when it broke above that. Then I was just waiting for TWTS before I could have taken active buy position, but it didn't happen, correct? Bitcoin broke, but what I also want to show you guys is see how that pattern was forming right there. Forming like a wedge pattern. It's also a specific other name for that pattern. Ending diagonal pattern. You see what happened there, and it dropped. understanding what's getting tight. It was only going to break to the top or bottom, correct? And yes, it broke there. But at this moment, we need to wait for pushback, and we need to get to that Pacific zone just right there. Anywhere there, they need to get in that zone. Basically, right about there, I'll be interested in it. Right about there. Maybe there, but I'm more interested in that because that's more relevant than that, correct? That's going to be more relevant for me than that. That is resistance, correct? But that resistance is going to be more relevant for me. I'm more confident, okay? But guys, let's quickly talk about that's the first trading strategy. What I have, what needs to happen, correct? What needs to happen before I take a short position, guys. You can see it. Let's see how much it dropped over the last past literally hours. They dropped maximum, let's see, 9.60% in just, that correct? No. Okay, wait, I must do that. Wait. Sorry guys, like 9 days, like no. In like literally the 24 hours. No, I'm still saying I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, 2 hours. I'm dead serious, 2 hours, because when I left, the definitely wasn't 24 hours, 2 hours. Basically, nearly dropped 10% in 2 hours time. For me, that's quite big. For me, Bitcoin, yeah, for me that's quite big, especially for Bitcoin. For me, I know Bitcoin goes aggressive, but just saying that's aggressive compared to how much days it literally took to push up. They literally took right about 4 days and 6 hours just to push up 3%. So that's aggressive, correct? Wait for pushback. Okay, that's my first one. Second one, I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. I know you guys are very busy. Let's quickly go to my second strategy. If that one just got pushing down, it's fine. It's fine. I'd rather not lose money than take a position because I'm just afraid of missing out. That's all. No, I'd rather not take a position. Too much people is getting burnt in losing money because they're too in a hurry. Okay. Let's quickly go out. 4 hourly is actually better. There we go. 4 hours is way more better. 2 hours was a little too deep. Okay, let's quickly have a look. To put that thing off. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Again, for you, just talking about 4 hours is actually more nicer. But in any case, sorry guys, in any case, we were talking about that. Basically, it's set more nicer there, correct? Basically, going up, getting rejected, correct? We just talked about that. But let's quickly see if I can show you guys the second strategy in a bigger picture. Okay, that's a little too small. We have to go in daily, unfortunately, for that specific next strategy. What I'm going to do. If it just pushes down, correct? If it literally that becomes that. If it literally do. You understand? Then my first thing, what I wanted to let it happen, did not happen. Then my second strategy is going to be that one. Look there, guys. If Bitcoin just falls and breaks that zone just right there, what do we need to wait for to take a position? That's going to be my second strategy. What I'm really planned and what I set myself up for. Okay. Or it's going to push back. Then I can sell it when it turns around, correct? Or it can push down 100%. Come up, get rejected. Okay, on that side we are support. On that side it's on support. When it breaks, it's going to act as a resistance. Think about that is your foundation, and when it breaks, that is your roof. That's the ceiling, correct? Now what I'm going to wait for to happen, or I'm going to take a position like that. My first position, I'm going to average down. And then, or if the market is too dramatic and just pushes down, then I'm going to wait for the break. Then I'm going to wait for the pullback. Resting phase. For me personally, I call it the resting phase. Then once when it's going to consolidate, then 10-1 is going to consolidate. Like for example, it's consolidated. That means it run a little sideways, correct? Before it push down, correct? Then wait for the consolidation. Once the consolidation breaks, Then I'm gonna take my first active short position, correct? Then that means you have to go like that, understanding that pushing down. Okay, where I'm gonna put my stop loss? Stop loss S, what is it? SP SR, stop loss SR, yeah, SR. Okay, where I'm gonna put my stop loss SR, no, yes, SR, stop loss, correct? Where I'm gonna put my stop loss. If I take the position right there, where will it make sense to take your losses? Right about there. That means if I take a position right about that specific zone, I have to make it a little different color, make it black quickly. There we go. If I take a position right there, correct, and for some other reason the push is up again, okay. Sorry guys, just quickly want to. Okay, if it pushes up, correct, for some other reason, and it breaks the resistance, I'm out. Why? Because everything what I saw value in that specific trade is broken. How? Understanding that, you must understand, once when it breaks that resistance, we're not in resistance anymore, they act as a support. Understanding that there can be one candle shoots up and pierces it and gets all the people's stop losses, correct? Takes all the people's stop losses out and goes down, correct? I do expect something like that also to happen. That's why I need to have confirmation. 1 to 2 to 3 candles needs to close above the resistance, then they act like a support. But understanding that if it breaks that, then the ones that come down, then guess what? That's a foundation now. That's a support. From resistance came into support. Understanding that factor, that right there, that makes sense once it breaks out to take my losses, because it's acting as support, not resistance. That means the chances are going to push higher, correct? But that's not two specific trading strategies, correct? What I'm going to implement on put on Bitcoin right now, correct? But guys, I just want to let you guys know the update. And basically it took a long time before that pattern finally broke. Oh my goodness, it took a long time. How much days did it take, more or less? Let's have a look. I know if I'm doing it properly. Oh my goodness. It took a long time, guys. It took a long time. I know if I can measure properly like that, but all I know, it was not a 2-day pattern. It took a long time before that pattern broke. You can see the signing dramatically, correct? And some people predicted that already going to happen, correct? In their own different shapes and formats and trading ideas. And each trader thinks differently, okay? Some literally take that lines away and say that is descending triangle, correct? And if it breaks that, then it confirms it, blah 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 blah. But I see that specific pattern, that makes sense for me. But let me guys show you why I focus so much on Bitcoin to take trades in altcoins. Why I focus so much on the Big Daddy. That's the reason why. Okay, we all know Bitcoin went down right now, correct? We all know Bitcoin went down, right? Correct? Let's see. Me focusing on altcoins, what big effect does Bitcoin have to altcoins? Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. Bitcoin pushing down, altcoins pushing down. I promise you now, Bitcoin is if Bitcoin pushes down, altcoin push up. Bitcoin pushes up, altcoin push up. Check what happened again. ADA USD Tether pushed down. Oh my goodness, why did the support not work? Am I not putting it properly? Am I not doing it right? Don't I understand where to put my support? No. Why is the market acting like that? If I didn't have Bitcoin on my, if I didn't know about Bitcoin, I know it's funny, but if I didn't have Bitcoin as my main indicator, I'll be sitting there and thinking to myself, what the hell is happening at this very moment? But I do know what's happening. That makes sense. Why? That support will like literally never existed in the first place. It broke. They didn't expect nothing. It just broke immediately. Correct? Why? Because Bitcoin broke. Do you think if Bitcoin broke like that, I'll be thinking about taking a position right there, hoping for a push up to take profit there? No. You understand? Because understanding that Bitcoin is emotional, fragile, just broke, that makes no sense for me. A bearish pattern just broke out and shows me bearish side. It's going to try to buy positions at this moment because you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. And understanding that right now, understanding my support, my target is 100%. The only reason why I didn't respect it and basically respected it is because Bitcoin broke. When Bitcoin breaks, it's like news, I'm dead serious. But if news comes out, that news does not give a crap about your support or resistance zones. And that you can see at this very moment. Understanding that, that's why we see all that bearishness in altcoins. Because the Big Daddy broke. Because the Big Daddy broke, altcoins broke, right? Now, you ask me now, where am I going to take position in the altcoins? Where do you want to get the next trade? I'm going to say, I must first wait for the main indicator. I must first wait for the daddies or old daddies to see what's happening. Correct? But I can say at this very moment, if Bitcoin does push up, understand that's a nice dip buy opportunity. Nice short-term bit buy opportunity. Some people is not good in bit buys. Some people is very good in bit buys. Dip buys. Sorry guys, dip buys. Correct? Understanding that if Bitcoin starts pushing back, and if I go in a 1 minute time frame, a 5 minute time frame, and 10 minute time frame, it starts making high highs. Then, or maybe, because if for me personally is a little more riskier, but if it makes sense, then I will maybe short term, literally a day trade, go in altcoins and look for any support zones. Maybe that support zone right there. Maybe that support zone. Maybe I'll take a smaller position upwards. Correct? Because understanding that Bitcoin's like act like a dip buy opportunity just for short term, correct? Maybe I'll go to 88. But God, no, it broke. Why? Where are you gonna put your stop loss and stuff? Understanding that there's also resistance. You can see it came to that resistance right there, correct? It came to that resistance right there. Okay? Then that means that 88 comes down and bounces there, and I see Bitcoin starting to push back up. That makes sense for me. Why I will take a active position to the top. But understanding that it is a little bit more riskier because Bitcoin is so bearish. Understand? If the trade goes against you, immediately you have to cut your losses ASAP. Because we're trading a bearish pattern. You understand, guys? But info, guys, that's all I want to say. I want to give you the latest update on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin for me literally just broke, and for me personally, we just have to wait a little longer. We don't say too fast, but I am very positive, and I do feel very positive saying that Bitcoin is going to break the big support that everyone's keep on going about. Like, if Bitcoin breaks that support, I don't want to be in the trade, blah 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 and stuff. I do believe personally for me, Bitcoin is going to break the support with everyone what everyone's busy talking about and everything, that main support. I do believe Bitcoin's going to break it. If the characteristics carries on, I do believe Bitcoin's going to break it. And where do I think Bitcoin's going to go? My first take profit is going to be there, and my second take profit is going to be there. But understand that if it does break, I'm also going to look at my simple moving average, correct? And if you can see my simple moving average right around there, correct? If Bitcoin does break, That extent one going to push up, push up, push up, push up. And that extent one can push down, push down, push down. Then maybe it can bounce. And that's going to be very nice. If that can bounce right there, that's going to give me so much bullish opportunity to buy for long term. Now I'll take that more like I'll trade, but I'll take a more investing approach when Bitcoin does come to that specific level. Understanding that I literally got it for more than half of the price that Bitcoin was by $19,000. I'm literally getting it for $4,000. That's a pretty good deal for me. Pretty good deal, correct? But guys, have a lovely day further. And I just wanted to say, want to give you an update, and basically that's all. Guys, have a lovely day further, and I'm out.